Hey guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. I greatly appreciate them. This is the daily forecast for all signs. It is originally created for Friday, the 17th of September. It is not solely set for that date. My readings are to be used whenever you see them rather than when they're created for, or both, right? So there's probably like 2 or 3 years worth of readings on this channel. You can always play reading roulette and just pick a reading randomly and see if it makes any sense to your life. I do speak in broad terms, so you have to figure out where this reading best applies to your life, right? And how, and then, utilize it in that way from your highest intelligence. Also check out the drop-down menu underneath the video. That gives you all the information on where to get in contact with me if you want to book a private reading. Those are available to you. And where to follow me on social media, things like that. And just things I want you to keep in mind when watching my videos. Other than that, please like the video, hit that thumbs up button, share the video with your friends or on your social medias, and feel free to leave questions or comments on the video. Subscribe to the channel too if you want to come back for more content. Hit that notification bell, you'll get notified when I go live. All right, so let's see where we're at for today. All right, we've got the Six of Wands. So I feel like we should take some pride in ourselves today. I mean, Wands is that element of fire and the element of spirit, but the Six of Wands is always about being acknowledged, either publicly, usually publicly, right? Like being celebrated by our peers is how I kind of perceive it, because there's always a crowd of people watching a man on a horse, or in this case, this dog has got the wreath of, I think those are gladiolas, but anyways, the wreath is a form of celebration or a symbol of celebration. And the dog is being held up there. He also has another wreath by his paw. So he's definitely being celebrated and honored, right? But sometimes I've been lately, and I don't know if it's just with this deck, but I kind of, when we've had this card come up earlier this month, I feel like this card is about us celebrating ourselves, quite possibly. Really honoring ourselves and looking at ourselves from maybe a filter of, how others may perceive us, and giving ourselves credit where that credit is due, right? Honoring ourselves. Remember that word this week, or the grounding stone for this week, is that idea of respect. And I think that, when we give ourselves self-respect, we have a better interaction with the environment, with those that we come in contact with. All of that emanates from within us, and thus, emanates out in our lives. And then that respect can come back to us, right? Because that's sort of what we're putting out, not only internally, but it's also manifesting externally, if that makes sense. So to me, this respect starts at home in a way, right? Are we honoring ourselves? Are we holding ourselves up to a high level of sort of acceptance, I want to say, or appreciation? Because that's how I would see this card today. It starts with us at home, right? And then from there, it's going to grow, ideally. Whatever we've gone through in the last few days with those cards that we were looking at, which were kind of really shifty as far as, and I don't mean like they're gonna rob you. I mean, they were shifty in the sense of, it felt like major changes could be afoot. How we deal with those changes, how we adapt to those changes, how we work within those changes should be positive. That's the feeling that I'm getting with this Six of Wands. And it should be maybe new to us, but that adaptability, that newness, we should be able to appreciate and honor and respect, right? Underneath this, we have that Eight of Wands, which is fast movement towards a goal of desire, something positive usually. And again, also can be indicative of that sort of declaration of love. Well, maybe that declaration of love starts within ourselves. We certainly see that with the Six of Wands. And that would be indicated here too. And it's a dynamic, Wands is a dynamic, sort of fast moving, because it is that element of fire, that desire, taking action, quick decisions. It is that sort of upbeat, um, I don't know if high speed is the right word, but it should feel things should connect into place well today, right? Even if the last few days have been a bit of maybe a struggle or a challenge for you, this should shift you into a place where even if it's challenging going on around you, you're able to deal with it. You're able to you sort of work within it and honor yourself. Remember, we have the Ace of Swords also. So that Ace of Swords, again, is very amicable towards the Wand suit, which would be fire consuming air and air feeding fire. So that open-mindedness that the Ace of, not Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords, the open-mindedness that the Ace of Swords indicates, the new thought, the realization, the enlightenment, the perception shift, all of that should be beneficial to you, especially with the Six of Wands, above it or working with it, right? So hopefully we're feeling better today. We are adjusting to whatever changes have taken place over the last few days for us. And we are, not only are we adjusting, but we're maybe even, dare I say it, proud of how well we've adapted, how well we've adjusted, how well we've maneuvered within whatever, changes have taken place for us. And we should be able to honor that within ourselves, honor that, and then allow others to honor that within us too. Or, as we honor that within ourselves, we can see that in others too. And it becomes like almost cyclical, or, what I give to myself, I thus get back from the world kind of thing. It's through my experience and through my manifestations, because that's sort of the energy or the vibration that I'm operating from. So as I, do that for myself, more of that will come to me, right? We feel a little bit more connected, a little bit more, honored is really a great word to go with this card. So let's look at, we're back with the mystery. So the Sacred Journey markers, this is the mystery. Again, this is about sort of card number 52, which is 7. I'm wondering, did we see this? I know we saw this week, I feel like. Did we not? Let me just double check. We saw this on the 14th with that Ace of Cups. So it's interesting that this keeps showing up to us. And this card number 52 would be a 7. 7s to me are always about making that conscious choice or shift, change, whatever it is that we need to do to turn towards, to challenge ourselves in a way. I feel like the challenge here is to really honor ourselves and see ourselves as we are, maybe flaws and all, and be in acceptance of that, be in adoration of that, be in respect of that. Right? Allowing ourselves to move through whatever challenges we may have, and to do so with like sort of grace and maybe even elegance, dare I say, because that would be the Six of Wands, is sort of being honored for exactly who we are, what we can do, and what we can accomplish. And if we can't do that for ourselves, how can we expect that from others, right? So that's why I feel like the Six of Wands, even though it is about public recognition, to me, it's about also recognizing that within ourselves first and foremost, and then carrying that out into the world, into the mystery, into the potential changes and shifts and unknown that we may be dealing with in our day-to-day life. It's much easier to deal with when we believe in ourselves rather than when we're doubting ourselves, right? So we have to make that conscious choice, which is that number 7 of the mystery card, to uphold ourselves, lift ourselves up, believe in ourselves, because somebody's got to, right? So I like the energy of this. Let's look to the grounding stone. And so the grounding stone is on Tiger's Eye, and the word is forgive. So when I look at this word forgive, I think about the idea of, especially with this Six of Wands energy, right? Because it's about sort of honoring ourselves or lifting ourselves up. Where can we forgive ourselves or situations where maybe we didn't act accordingly or to our highest ability? Where is it that we can forgive others? And again, this forgiveness is that sort of the mystery card's vibration of number 7, right? The numerology of 7 would be, again, making that conscious choice to find forgiveness, to find peace, to find acceptance within situations that maybe have challenged us in the past, or that are no longer, you know, what's the word, like present. Maybe we were carrying a resentment or some type of emotion around something that's been long gone. And this might be some of that letting go and that death energy that we were seeing in the previous two readings of this week, right? Something we're shedding away, something we're letting go of, something we might very much be forgiving. And in that forgiveness is where we sort of get, you know, last week's word, I believe, was freedom, but that's where we sort of receive this freedom that allows us to move along our path, at a place where we're able to respect and honor ourselves and respect and honor those around us at the same time, right? But it starts at home, kind of thing. And the key here is to find that respect within ourselves so that we can also, you know, respect ourselves enough to forgive ourselves for whatever, wherever maybe we feel like we lack or we haven't done, you know, what we needed to do or whatever. It's time to kind of let that go. That is your forecast. Thank you very much. Please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.